We all know that old adage, when you're hot, you're hot. Welcome back to Get Connected. I'm Conn Jackson, and our next guest is hot indeed for many things. She's an MTV sensation with hit shows such as Laguna Beach and The Hills. She has her own fashion line, and she's out with her second New York Times best-selling book. This one's called Sweet Lies, and I'm talking about none other than the sweet and hot, look at the cover, Lauren Conrad. Welcome to Get Connected.
Hello, Conn.
Well, Lauren, they say sometimes the second book is harder to write than the first.
Really?
It wasn't?
Oh, it was the opposite. It wasn't easy, but it was easier, and it was a little bit more fun. Because the first one was a learning process, so the second one, I knew what I was doing.
Well, Lauren, you certainly did, and this is a great read.
Thank you.
How hard was it coming up with the title for the book, Sweet Little Lies?
Really, actually, Sweet Little Lies wasn't as hard. My third one, it took months. It's like you want something that makes sense with candy, but you can only use like sweet or candy or sugar, and you don't want to repeat, so entirely too much thought goes into it.
Well, you know what's interesting is that your characters face a lot of consequences in this book because they don't think about their actions.
Yeah, I think that's an important thing to remember, that even though, I think when you're placed in the spotlight, people look to you and they watch you as an example, but you have to remember that these are, a lot of young Hollywood is young girls, and they're learning just like everybody else, and they're making mistakes, so there's, she's kind of learning who she is and messing up a lot.
You know, Lauren, there seems to be a lot of your everyday experiences kind of being retold in the book, but what character most parallels you?
Jane is where my voice comes through, and there's a lot of my experiences where I'm like, what's going on? But it was also fun to write through other voices too, and kind of give different takes on the situation.
Well, I'm sure it's fun to live through these moments, but was there one part of the book that was most enjoyable for you to write?
I like writing the arguments. I think I had a couple more to write in the second book, but I'm kind of a stubborn person, and I strangely enjoy arguing with people, not in a mean way, but like in discussions. So I really enjoyed writing out arguments that characters would have.
Well, after doing this book, have you ever realized that you've taken the wrong point of view?
No, I'm stubborn, so I'm always right.
Now, what do you think about young people reading today?
I think that throughout magazines and the internet, I think that, and television and everything that's around us, I think that reading's getting lost as a form of entertainment. But I think as you grow older, you learn to appreciate it. But it's nice to read and be well educated.
Lauren, you know it best, given all your success, which has been tremendous, from the shows to fashion and now this great book. What advice would you give to the rest of us living out our dreams?
I don't think you should ever let other people decide what your limitations are, because I think that if every time I heard people say that I couldn't do something, that I wouldn't have done much of it at all.
Great advice, Lauren, and thanks for being with us.
Thank you.
You can learn more about Lauren's great book, Sweet Little Lies, on our Get Connected website at conntv.com. Coming up next, it's one of the biggest secrets we have of 2010, and we'll reveal it, and it may result in a free trip for you. Stay tuned.